you making all that money with that old? Yeah.
Bear open the
One more.
Say why you keep trying, I'ma keep trying, cause I'ma just hold on, yeah. The kid say why you keep trying, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. The kid say why you so quiet, I just be quiet, I ain't got no one to hold on to. The kid say why you keep punching, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. The kid say why you keep trying, I'ma keep trying, cause I'ma just hold on, yeah. The kid say why you keep trying, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. The kid say why you so quiet, I just be quiet, I ain't got no one to hold on to. The kid say why you keep punching, I'ma kewn punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah.
The Mississippi shit right here. Is you wet, yeah, baby, is you wet, yeah. Just that mohead shit, y'all don't know nothing about that. I'm telling you, hold on, wait till the beat drop. Yeah. What's happening? Ooh. At least you know I brushed my teeth this morning, right? Now, I could have delivered yesterday, which would have been Wednesday. So how I run it is, I make it up when I take my 30-minute break. I call, you know, my VA people, and I see who got what, and then I, you know, I already have myself set up. Well, I started to come up here and get empty yesterday, and I was just like, bro, didn't nobody have nothing for me. I called all my people, they was like, we ain't having nothing. I'm like, okay, cool. So I said, well, fuck it. I ain't got no direction to head in just yet. I'll wait till, you know, Thursday when I'm scheduled to deliver. Reason being, I didn't want to have to waste 86 miles, you know, to go back down to the truck stop, you know. And then it's playing jeopardy because I don't know if I'm going to find some freight off of 81 or the 95 side. That's how I play it. So I called one of them, and they told me that they didn't have nothing for tomorrow, XY. Well, I'm on the board, they have one, and it's paying $100 more than what it's normally paying, and it's same day. And I called, I said, bro, I literally called y'all yesterday. I said I didn't have one coming up. I would have got empty yesterday. I could have already been, basically, I'd have been 30 minutes to an hour short of delivering cutoff today. The way how I sit now, because I have to wait to get unloaded now, right? But I already been empty when I seen it. I seen it at 8:30 this morning. Shit, 2 hours to hop over there, 9:30, 10:30. Got loaded right at 11. They don't take long to load. 11. What is it? Just account for 4 hours to hop over there. That's 12. 1, 2, 3. Cut off 4. Come on, man. A little upset about that, but we're gonna keep moving. Let me get back on the board. I chime in with y'all in just a little bit, right? Yeah. Check me out. I've been meaning to do this shit for a long little time, but I guess I just now get around to do it. Posted up at the truck stop, you know, waiting on money to get me load. Figure today just as good as day as any. We're gonna put these rock lights on the truck today. I should have everything in the truck to complete the job today. So yeah, let's get busy, right? Let's do it. Hopefully it ain't too pissy on the ground, man, because if it is, I'm coming right off of his ass, fool. So. The vision was have some, you know, shining right up through here, right? We're gonna start from the back, work our way to the front. Had you a stiff ass strong wire, you know what I'm talking about? Tie his ass to what you want to run that wire along through. You know, it ain't too hard. The plan is, you know, we're gonna go purple to here, and then his purple to here too. But I'm gonna drop it down right here. Then I'm gonna start running them, you know, that's gonna be my height to the lights, you know, down here. You know, cause these already grounded. So
I'm gonna have to add ground to the rock lights, you know, so that's cool, but we're gonna do power first. And then this is how I'm gonna send power down to the floor. But I figured let me get dirty, air it up, before I, you know, finalize the location of this. Because if I finalize it while the bag's up, it'll be good when the bag's down. If I would say I've done it while the bag was already down, motherfucker, you know, might need some more room to stretch. So let his ass air up and we'll keep going from there.
Yeah, on me. The motherfucker minded. On me. Man, hell no, fool. I'ma still complete that mission before I go, fool. I'ma still. Yes, sir. Boy, hell yeah, I should have went on ride the rest of it. On me, I should have went on ride the rest of it. That nigga. What's happening? On me, figured I'd chime in. I know I ain't been vlogging like Tom Bad. So let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I get that load out of Mississippi going up to Virginia, right? I left the 1st of September, and that first week out that I left was September. I'm gonna insert the clip. You know, I up and was putting lights on my truck. Now keep in mind, I've been had these lights for a long ass time. I just figured, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Well, I get up under the truck, I catch a crack in my steer tire, and you know, XY, and I'm like, and then keep in mind, I did put in the video like that uneven ass tire wear or whatever the fuck, you know? So it got worse. Long story short, it got worse. So I was like, you know what? Let me not do like what I did before. I'm already empty. I'm not but what, 5 hours away from the house? I was in GA. Just nip this shit in the bud, right? And I'm thinking it'll be something quick, you know, like, oh, where I fix it and I'll be right back out by Tuesday or no later than Wednesday. Fuck no, I've been at home all week, right? I got an email Friday. It's my quote-unquote customer, as I like to call her. You know, it's like, hey, look, we got one picking up Friday, delivering Monday. And then I said, okay, I'll take it. I was going to take it for my normal rate. Didn't even think nothing of it. I said, okay, cool, I'm going to take it. I need that money. I just spent a lot of that money, you know? She hit me back in the email and asked me, what can I do it for? I said, this either finna go one or two ways. And considering she know I live here in Mississippi, and I'm finna have to up and cut my weekend off to go grab your load. I said, okay, we could do it for this number instead, this time, right? I shot her a number, fair number too, on my mama I did. It's higher than what I normally run it for, but it was still fair. She hit me back, was like, well, we really want to be $100 less than what I normally would run it for with nothing. Me picking it up Monday and delivering, you know, supposed to deliver Wednesday, you know. I said, well, I said, damn, this finna be heartbreaking, ain't it? But I understand what's going on. I said, well, ma'am, I normally run it for, I said, normally the load be ready Monday for Wednesday, and y'all allow me to get it off Tuesday if I can get it up there. I gave you this number considering that it seems like it's a special occasion. And like I said, I'm already at home. I was gonna enjoy my weekend at this point, you know? So she was just like, oh, well, you know, we're only breaking even on the load and whatever. I said, yeah. I didn't even respond. I said, yeah, it's okay. It's the principle. I said, yeah, hell no. So I was a little disappointed about that. I also said I was going to quit going up to Virginia because the load bringing me back down, stop running as consistently as what the fuck it was. So, you know, let me quit bringing my stupid ass up here, you know. So I already said I was going to quit going up there. So it's the principle for me. We've been running it for this. I done ran this load multiple times. You ain't had no issues with me. You ain't had no problems with me. Communication been 10-10. Everything been 10-10. You gonna try to get me for $100 less? That's just something I'm not gonna stand for. You know, we got what, like 2 weeks before the month ends, so we'll go on for these last little 2 weeks, and you already know we'll restart about the 1st and keep going, right? So it is what it is. I know that would come with the trucking business. I'm sure somebody that either them handful of times that I didn't take the load, I'm sure somebody took it for less than me, you know, so there ain't nothing I can do about that, right? So.
Boy, hell yeah, I should have went on ride the rest of it.
So let me show you what I did. All right, so peep this. I wanted to put some under the sleeper. So what I had these brackets on hand from a previous job, but you know, of course these too big. So what I did, I went and got like the flat version of this. You know what I'm talking about? It's just a straight out bar. You'll see it. And what I did, I kind of put my own little bend on it. And then I mounted it right up under the sleeper panel. I'll show you in just a second.
Alright, so as you can see, I took that flat bar and bent it a little bit, and I mounted one here, and I mounted one here. I left some space to where if I did want to add a third one in the middle, it ain't nothing to it but to tap into a hot ground that's already right there, right? So there's that for the sleeper. And I hit the same move right there where the trans and the engine meet type time. So in total, it's 8 on this motherfucker. I might add some more, but for now, that's what we're working with.
That's how we look at physically, so you probably wonder how in the fuck you got it wired up. They on the switch. So y'all know I go switch 1, and we go that move right there. I know y'all familiar with that. And then we go switch 2, and they gonna light up everything else.
Can they say why you keep trying? I'ma keep trying, cause I'ma just hold on, yeah. Can they say why you keep trying? I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. Can they say why you so quiet? I just be quiet, I ain't got no one to hold on to.
What's happening? I mean, I'm checking in real quick. I have not been filming like time at, but I'ma chime in for this here, right? So peep it. I got an email about a week ago. Basically, it's time for my audit. I thought it was gonna be after a year. These people done trying to see about me 6 months in. That's okay. Looking legit, and I got everything you're asking for, my mama. I'm having it. And you know, at first I thought it was, RIP shit. I just assumed it was, and I didn't click on nothing from the email. You bet not. I checked what I did click on. I was like, let me see who he's come from. The addresses look legit. Now, my silly ass didn't fully read the whole email. I just saw where they said, yeah, get it to us by this date. I said, all right, well, I make sure I'm home for that. Then, whatever it is, I'm thinking, oh, they probably want to see some IFTA and miles or something, verify or something. And I'm thinking I can handle that same day. Hell no. I just so happened to call down, and they was just like, yeah, no, that's not our ad. That's not nothing that come from us. And I was just like, okay, that's what I was trying to, make sure. They was like, no, that's somebody else. But they do sound legit. Call this number. And I was like, call this number. I'm like, okay, boom. I called that number. They was like, you should have got an email from me with my number on it. I said, your number on it. I said, let me scroll to the bottom. I said, damn it, your number is on this bitch. Your email is on this bitch too. I said, oh. I said, okay. I said, well, ma'am, I didn't know if it was a scam or not, whoop. So, I was being stiff on it, but I was going to investigate it, a little bit closer to that type time, whatever. She was like, nah, you ain't did nothing wrong, whoop. So, they want my logs, they want BOL, fuel receipt, they want some good shit. Thankfully, I got all my shit in order, drug consortium, driver file, all that type shit, I'm finna get it to him then, fuck it. So I thought I had about a year. Nah, you folks hit me 6 months in. So yeah, what's happening? Shit, man, your boy is in Florida, my mama. See, we're paying pretty good to get down here, I know what that, you ain't gotta tell me nothing. I know what's up. My plan is just to I'm trying to see about Savannah afterwards. So let me catch y'all up, right? So we left last week. Remember I told you about my quote-unquote customer, right? Where they ended up emailing me last Monday morning. It was like, hey, we got one. You like to run it? It's available. I said, I'm gonna do it like this. I said, good morning. Well, given that we had a discrepancy last time, I'd only be available for my old rate, basically, right? keep in mind, I saw them had it on the board posted for my old rate too. And when I hit them with that, she was just like, "Oh, well, yeah, we can pay basically." I said my insurance is due, and that's my main goal at this point. I was like, man, let's get that insurance money. We need to get that rotation back right, you know. So I took it, right? Took it, get loaded. They took no longer than normal to load the motherfucker. I was trying to get it there Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Some people called me. I so happened to recognize the number. I said, let me catch that.
Sir, is there a way you could turn around, please? We left 2 pallets off. If you're not too far away, can you please turn back around?
But that shit had me hot. Her tone of voice is really what did it for me, because it was on some non-serious type ass shit. And I'm like, man, I'm hot. I mean, my blood boiling. So I said, I ain't gonna even be reactive. I said, I really ain't even that too far away type shit, Let me just find the exit. I went back, I hit them up. I was like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna need some conversation for turning around. That's just that on that, So we got all this straightened out and took his ass up there. I was expecting to reload anything after that, but it turns out my other customer fuck off and ran last week too, so I come right back on down south. Once I got back down south, the first customer hit me and was like, well, we'll have another one for you Monday if you want it. And I said, well, I'd take it if I could pick it up today, because I'm right here by you today. It's not gonna make no sense for me. It's Friday morning and I'm empty already. It's gonna make no sense for me to wait up here and all the way till Monday when go to the house. They head to the house, then they head back up, then run a little. Absolutely not. So hit them back. It was just like, if he can't pick up today, then I just wouldn't be available. So I ended up. I ain't gonna lie. Last Friday, it was not that much on the board. I swear to goodness. I caught this one. This one is 25,000 on the way, palletized. Pick Friday, drop tomorrow morning, Monday, 10-6. We're gonna continue to stay on tour, right? So there we're going.
Yeah. So hear me out. We in Florida with it. I was doing my pre-trip this morning, and I was good. I don't know, the airbags caught my attention for whatever fucking me reason. Now keep in mind, I know Freightliner got that quote-unquote classic Freightliner, like bow leg leaned in the back, whatever. But ain't no motherfucking way you supposed to ride like this. Let me show you. Boy, ain't no motherfucking way that shit's supposed to be like that, fool. So, compared to the passenger got a little lean, but not, well. And then the airbags in front of me, they fine. If y'all can see them, right? So, all right, so I got time, right? I'm overly early. They're not gonna take me overly early, so fuck it. Let me drop the motherfucking trailer and let me see what in the hell going on. Oh man. I got the bags dumped right now. You can see this motherfucker done got back right, but the boy still got that lean to him, which make when I'm looking, it's gotta be something with this. It's gotta be something with this. And this nigga done scooted over or something. Fucking lease run or something, I don't know.
Alright, so check me out. We're gonna circle back to the bags, but right here, let me show y'all my delivery down up in Jax. So I delivered to, I forget what kind of place it was, but it was a little bit tiny getting in that motherfucker. So this was my second time trying to get in the gate. You see how far I came out this time? The first time I didn't come out that far, and my motherfucking trailer was gonna end up right on the top of that damn gate on the other side. So I had got back out straight. I slid my tandems, and then I came. You see how I'm swinging that motherfucker? You know, keep in mind there's cars on both sides and shit as well. The people I was delivered to did me a little spot or whatever, but I ain't gonna hold you. I really wasn't even peeping them like talking about. I would call myself controlling the traffic as humbly as possible. You know. So boom, we get in the gate. I got to make this curb right here that's coming up. You see it already. Calling the goddamn in the way, whoop out, but not too much. Long story, we get up in this motherfucker and we get it off us, right? All right, so peep this. When I got from under the trailer at the truck stop, I sent the email over to an alignment shop. That's basically all they do, suspension, whatever. Sent pictures and stuff, and I just said, he ended up calling me back and was like, hey, look, I just want to know, is this something you can fix? What's the cause of it? Whap, how long, does it take? X, Y, right? So basically, instead of him just wanting to fix my problem, he wanted to basically rebush and align my whole truck. And I don't know what in the fuck. I just want you to fix the issue, sir. Now I understand where you're coming from, but my budget ain't for that. At this point in time, the money we getting, we trying our best to hold on to. I'm not hearing it. I want to fix the problem. That's it. I don't want all the extra, So that sat on top of my stove, as I was getting unloaded. But then, I was looking for freight or whatever, but I just had a hesitation to put the freight because I was seeing how much the freight was weighing. I was like, man, this shit heavy. I'd hate to put that heavy shit on my truck, and cause an issue or whatever. And then I went and looked at my BOL. That's when I realized, the load wasn't 25, it was 9,800 pounds. So that's probably why you got away with the food, right? Allegedly, right? So boom, once I get empty, I shot on up to Kings Island, Georgia. I posted up at that Petro, and that's when I called my mechanic, and I sent him pictures, and I was like, hey man, what do you think of this? Whoop whap, like, this is what Buddy told me. I really ain't hearing it. Whoop whap. He was like, yeah, hell no, we can fix that. So I played like this. I paid for fuel already, thinking that I was gonna run, the first half of the week. So I had fuel enough to get home, and I was just like, all right, so what did we learn from previous times, Kenny? Remember when you let them goddamn cab ass get loose, and then they bent up, and it was a big ass ordeal? You was looking silly with all that leaning. I said, ain't that airbag leaning? I said, yeah, it is. I said, okay, don't you think we should nip it? I said, yeah. I said, okay, then what else we learned, Lil Kenny? I said, well, you empty, right? I said, yeah. I said, you remember the bolts for the transmission? You remember you was loaded? You needed help, right? And that shit turned out to be a big ordeal, right? I said, yeah. I said, you empty, ain't it? Yeah. Why don't you go take care of it? I said, oh, yeah, you're right. And y'all might be like, well, why not find somebody to fix it where you at? What if it turned to something bigger? If I can get home, it's always cheaper to get home. What if I had to get a hotel room, et cetera, then I'm paying for parts, labor, woo out. If I'm able to move, I'm going to move, fool. That's just me in my opinion, right? So, boom. And that's the principle that I stood up on it, right? So, boom. After I done decided, all right, bet, I'm going to wait till my 10 come back. I'm going to get westbound, right? Well, I started, I posted on Facebook groups, and I was listening to what everybody said. They was, same shit I was expecting because I already knew about the quote-unquote, Freightliner lean or whatever, right? But most people was just mentioning the U-boats or whatever, right? So fast forward, them U-boats did get loose. My mechanic was able to take them shits off easily, no torch, nothing. I said, damn it. So we ended up, I put new U-boats on that back axle, and we tightened the fuck out of them, and we pushed the leaf spring with a spreader looking thing and had it perfectly lined back up, right? Well, as you can see in this next clip, motherfucker come back with a little bit of lean on it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's very, very possible that the pin could have done sheared off up under that leaf spring, which the only thing that's keeping it from getting extremely sideways as it was is the strength that the U-boats is up under there tight as hell this time around, right? So I'm thinking whenever I get back home, we're going to revisit that and make sure. Whole time, the passenger side, I know for a fact that the pins and shit on it are good, and that makes sense why it ain't went nowhere else, because I saw the pins when we was changing the U-boats on that side. I didn't peep the pins on the side I should have been peeping on, so that's my fault, right? So I'm still not thinking it's no big budget fix like what Buddy wanted me to do. Plus, when I took it to him, when I went home after Georgia with the steer tire crack, he had inspected all this shit and told me it was good. So why all of a sudden you want to rebush and do everything? Absolutely not. You just told me this shit was good. You know, so absolutely not. Absolutely not. For what he charging, it's better for me and my mechanic to do it. Don't even worry about it, right? So, in short, in long form, that's what's going. So I'm back outside. I'm just peeping. I'm peeping, been watching it. Y'all will see we got paint marks on it to make sure don't nothing else get loose. So that's why I come to the conclusion, man, if them U-boats not getting loose, it has got to be potentially the little pin up under the leaf spring got loose, right? So just me thinking out loud, but let's get back to the video. Let me throw this in there too. So I discovered that shit Monday morning. I got back to the house Tuesday morning. We fixed it Tuesday. I was trying to get right back out Wednesday, but I couldn't find nothing, so I booked the load that picked up Thursday that dropped Friday. So I'm right back outside as I'm peeping, right? I'm still trying to save the week and save the month, right? So, like I just said, let's get back into the video. Good thing I stay ready. You know, we'll knock this shit out real quick. You know. Just like that, my mama got his ass about up to 60 now. Put his ass on about 100 done. Let me be through with it. Let me make sure he don't do it again. He do it again, we got a problem, we'll fix it. On me. Yeah, checking in. Rayford, North Carolina. Saw 2 reloads going back to Temple, but I didn't jump on them fast enough. They was close by too, like one was 20 minutes away. The other was about 50 minutes away. Tried to work with, see if pickup time was flexible on another one. Picking up going to Memphis. And that was not the case. I'm gonna post up and get parking while I can. Truckers Path showed it to only have 55 spots. So let me get on up here and get in where I fit in. We'll see. I found something for Sunday, pick up Sunday, but it was floor loaded. You know we ain't gonna fool with that. So see, we talking about Monday, right? Yeah. Said I was gonna vlog, right? So let me vlog. 10/13/25. We're out here in South Carolina with it. Last piece y'all seen me, I left off. We went and found parking at the Love's, Dunn, North Carolina. Picked up in Benson. On our way to Pensacola, Florida for tomorrow delivery. I already know we had to, yeah. So, let's fuel up and get going. Yeah, what's happening? I am posted up right now in West Point, Georgia. I'm waiting on my 30 minutes to come back because I got 3 more hours I can roll, but I don't want to get caught off for the parking. I can fuck off and be about an hour away from delivery in the morning, but I'm finna tell you why I ain't gonna keep rolling in just a second, right? So, peep this. I have not told y'all because I've been keeping an eye on my boy, you know, and I don't, you know, I need thorough evidence before I up and start investigating, right? So, peep this. The last couple of fill-ups, Buddy been hitting me for 170 gallons. He don't ever, keep in mind, I clear my trip meter every time. I know the number for me to be slap empty. I know regular range, and I know I just you on thin ice. You know, I know the numbers. I know the range, and I know how many gallons go in every time per each time. I know what the fuck going, right, on me. So peep this. Lately, keep in mind, I ain't been driving no faster. I've been pulling light lately on my mama, but I ain't did shit, right? Different, driving wise. Now, I have noticed Buddy has started hitting me for 170 per fill-up. Huh? For the same range, that's what, 10 to 15 gallons extra today? Buddy hit me for 176 gallons. He don't know. And I trip meter was like 942. Buddy should have only took like 158, 160. My mama. So I'm like, all right, oh, what the fuck is going on and where the gas going, right? I just so happened to be delivering close to the house again in the morning, about 3 hours away. Man, I'm like, bro, hell no, I don't want to make another pit stop like I did last week. I want to run. I'm trying to stay out the whole October. So peep this. I started investigating on my mama. I started investigating. I started calling. Whoop. One number led me to this number. This number led me to this number. So now I got a number. I'm calling. I described what's going. He like, bro, if you keeping up with shit like how you say you keeping up with it, whoop, it might be time for you. He called it a tune-up. Had to be an older gentleman from the way he sounded on the phone. He called it a tune-up, aka a overhead. And keep in mind, I had my overhead ran last when that injector went out on me when I was still leased on to the people out of Jacksonville. Right? Yeah, I remember that. I made a TikTok about it. I don't know if that was a year ago or not. I know you need the shit ran every that was in the summer of 24, so shit, the summer of 24, shit's finna be winter of 25. Maybe it had been a motherfucking big year, right? So, yeah, buddy might have a point there. Man, I don't want to really, make a pit stop, but he, just like last time, it seemed to be, I get there, he get me in and out. He got availability for me. He said his current project, he waiting on parts. So, a little upset about that. And then, upset, but not really, right? I'm just determining whether if I'm going to stop and go see about it, and shit like that. I just kind of want to, but I understand. Well, also, I believe that valve stem that got bad. And I'm going to tell you why. You remember that clip earlier in the video when I was like, oh, they talking about the audit or whatever? Well, I had a load that delivered that evening. I don't remember what day it delivered, but it delivered that evening in Alabama. Enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm finna dead head home after that. We'll do this paperwork shit, whoop, then come back outside, which that's what we did. Boy, I get up, boy, I done dropped the trailer on the door, whoop, I just called myself, let me check my tire pressures, whoop. Will I get the, put my tire pressure on that motherfucker, the valve stem with the shooting air everywhere. I said, oh no. I just so happened to get that valve stem to fuck me act right, whoop, and hold air. And I'm suspicious if that motherfucker if that ain't what's caused, because it's acting like it's got a hella slow leak. I filled it up when y'all see that Friday. It held all Friday and the entire weekend. Today, Monday, I went to roll, but it went back down to 20 fucking PSI. So I'm thinking like this. Let me see about that motherfucking me valve stem. That ain't gonna take long. If not, while I'm at the tire place, I check and see if it's leaking somewhere in that bitch, and then I'm gonna find my goddamn spray bottle, and I'm gonna spray the fucking rim down to make sure it ain't the rim my damn self. Whatever. And then, man, I hate to admit it, but I'm gonna admit it to y'all. I'm riding like a stereotypical owner-operator with that raggedy-ass equipment. I'm finna right here show you why. Yeah. So I figured, fuck it. Ain't no use of me riding around like that no more. If I'm gonna go to the house, get my trailer taken care of, put a tire on his ass, check my motherfucking other tire, check my goddamn buddy, can make a day about it, just like last time. We go see Buddy first, because he might take longer, and I know the tire place be open. Right? Alright, y'all. Next morning. Let me make sure, not speaking of inviting, let me make sure ain't no fuel in the oil. AKA, let's make sure that motherfucker not sitting past the full mark. I figured let me do it before I crank them up, get them warmed up this morning so I can check everything. You know, basically had to jump on that before I, you know, start running them, and it might not be accurate. I'm gonna check coolant too, make sure ain't nothing we found this way off in the coolant, you know, and shit. I'm gonna do a boost leak test once I get back to the crib too. Hike the idle up, spray down, you know, all your piping, CAC, all that shit. You know, I'm gonna check the turbo shaft plate when I get to the crib too. Y'all know my boundaries. Yeah, it's only so much tinkering I like to do while I'm actively OTR and ain't got a load on me. So, we finna get to it. Shouldn't be too much to it. I didn't show y'all, but oil level is good. Keep in mind I run green coolant because I got the truck with green coolant. Work for Buddy, work for me. It didn't look weird. It's at good level as well. Like I say, only thing I'm thinking is both my breather filters are decently new. I say back in 24 I changed out to both of them. Like I say, we'll figure it out. Alright, so peep this. Also for context, remember I told y'all I made a TikTok back when I got the overhead injector put in. That was, I posted that video on 8/8 of 24. And that was after I got my truck back. So what it is, 10, 14, 25. Yeah, I'm about 2 months late, ain't it? Shit. So, you know, we must investigate first. Gotta investigate first when we spit any kind of bread. So, as you can see, maybe not, we are getting empty. I saw a load picking up in Dothan, Alabama, going to Birmingham, Alabama. Pick up today, drop tomorrow. I figured, let me grab that since I'm finna go spend money. Let me make the money I'm finna spend. But it was paper rolls, and they told me that my trailer was too old, which is fine because I tend not to take paper rolls like time out anyway. So, and to be honest, if anybody out there looking, wondering, asking, ain't the only time somebody done asked me about the year of my trailer has been for paper rolls. That's it. I thought them auto parts loads might would have done it, but I have yet to come across that yet, you know. But stereotypically auto parts do, but you're not missing out on no money with the paper rolls. So that should be overly heavy. You may or may not can get it to pay. You know, so we gonna strike west, man. They do it. Oh, what's happening? Same shirt from yesterday, but when I got home, I washed. So don't do me that, right? Before I took it around there to see Buddy, I made sure I did everything I knew to do to check on my own, to validate going around yonder, right? No fuel in the oil, not losing fuel pressure as far as priming and whatnot. My turbo shaft plate is a little but not excessive. No leaks in the charge air cooler, no leaks in the boots, nothing like that. As far as the fuel filter go, y'all know I only got that one filter, which is really a water separator because Buddy deleted the other one. I'ma know y'all know I know when he clogged up because Buddy won't even get up in the RPMs, right? So everything was pointing to where it needed overhead ran, right? It has been over a year, about a year and 2 months. So boom, I thought the price was gonna be the price. It ended up being a little bit more than that. I had to get extra shit today as well, right? Like the people who did my overhead last with the injector, they tightened up on one of them so hard that it fucked up the something to where it one of them, what do you call them? One of them one of the buttons, one of them old style buttons, it just wouldn't come out the fucking housing. Just point blank period, the motherfucker would not come out the housing. So I had to go get a new rocker arm, basically the rocker arm, and then the whatever the one in the middle of the rocker arm. Had to get two of them because, like I say, the last people tightened them so hard that the old style motherfuckers, they just, like I said, they just wouldn't come out, right? Both of those parts and all of those new, put it like this, the buttons and the rocker arms hit hard just by themselves, right? And of course, Buddy charged me a little bit more since he had to spend a little bit time, you know, a little bit more extra time fucking with shit. You might ask, why did he have to switch out everything? Reason being, though what he was explaining to me, those old style buttons, how loose mine was, he was like, bro, I could run, you know, basically I could run your rack today, and I'm gonna tell you, if as loose as it is, one of these, get loose, you gonna fuck off and drop a valve, basically. And I said, oh shit. And then he was like, also, given that it was new buttons, he had to reset everything. So he had to reset, you know, the rack, the jakes. He had to, you know, he said he had to reset everything, which, you know, whatever. That it was valid that I was losing MPG because something about how it was I don't know. He had me put my finger and shit on it. In the moment, I couldn't tell you if I did or didn't feel it different because I didn't necessarily know what he was talking about because I was listening, trying to obtain the knowledge, right? So, long story short, in regular terms, it was valid for me to be losing fuel mileage because for the way he described it was the gap was too big in between the two. Right? I hope I don't make myself sound silly. I am a little discouraged and I am quite bothered. I ain't been home a whole 24 hours and I done come out a significant amount of money. And that made me feel like, what the fuck do I try to be staying at so long for if it just gonna fly out my hand? You know, I know that's not an all every time thing or whatever, and I understand that now that this shit done, I really ain't gotta worry about it ever again for real, except for the, you know, just to keep up on the maintenance wise part of it. But bro, I'm quite honestly getting a little tired of this shit, fool. I ain't gonna lie, I'm really trying to get ahead, XY. I'm really trying not to even get angry about it, to be like, you know what, fuck this shit. Cause deep down, if I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, that's really what type of time I'm just about finna be on. Man, fuck this shit, fool. There's a bunch of other shit I could be doing. By, you know, that shit a little irritating, fool, like. You know, your boy finna go and engage in a beverage here in a little bit. You know, so much so, you know, I thought I'd have been motivated to, okay, boom. He you know, at first he told me it shouldn't take nothing but a few hours. You know, he basically told me I'd be ready by lunch. I said, okay, well, bet by lunch. I packed the truck up. I'm like, all right, bet. That's why I got these clothes back on. I put my work clothes back on. I said, well, be done by lunch. I might could still find something, and I could possibly pick up something before, you know, cutoff time, especially if I think I'm a, you know, whatever. Currently, I'm not motivated to do shit. I ain't lying. I ain't motivated to do shit. I don't even think I wake myself up early enough in the morning to try to book shit and run it or nothing. I'm at this point. What's tomorrow? Thursday. Tomorrow be Today is 10:15. Tomorrow 10:16. But I ain't going nowhere till Monday, fool. Fuck that. Man, this shit done pissed my ass off. Oh my mama, this shit done pissed me off for a little bit. It's just a little bit distasteful. Not like overly angry or nothing shit, but that shit distasteful to me, fool. So I hope that's understandable. You know, even as I'm talking to y'all, venting or whatever, I might have a change of heart. You know, I get the fuck up in the morning and come on, bro, let's make this bread back. Get the train back going, whatever. But and this is why I don't tend to work on shit while I ain't at the house. Because of shit just like that. What if I'd have been like, oh, well, I'm going to have somebody wherever run my rack. Let me see if I can find somebody reputable with a good reputation. Woo wap. You know, because, you know, they won't do shit all the time right there. You don't never know what the fuck may happen to a degree. I'm in the video here, this motherfucker damn near probably an hour. So, if you made it to the end, put a dish here in the comment. And I'll see you next time, y'all.
Quick time, this one crazy.
Kenny say why you keep trying, I'ma keep trying, cause I'ma just hold on, yeah. Kenny say why you keep trying, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. Kenny say why you so quiet, I just be quiet, I ain't got no one to hold on to. Kenny say why you keep punching, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. Kenny say why you keep trying, I'ma keep trying, cause I'ma just hold on, yeah. Kenny say why you keep trying, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. Kenny say why you so quiet, I just be quiet, I ain't got no one to hold on to. Kenny say why you keep punching, I'ma keep punching, cause I'ma go roll on, yeah. Jumping my way.